Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, what you said makes sense about, yeah, that investigation of the self, and you eventually realize all these little points of suffering in your life are connected to this self that, that you've constructed or that you can let go of or something. It becomes this meta kind of concept that you can kind of, if you if you see it as this big pattern in your life, you can kind of let it go after that.
Yeah,
Mm.
and it's I think it's very experiential because I think a lot of people could take that and be like, okay, well then I have to think about this place and I have to think about how I'm this place that I'm irritated and I have to think about, okay, what does that mean? And I have to dissect this part of myself and like don't waste your time. There's always going to be another thing. It doesn't like it's more universal than that, and it's a process that's going on all the time underneath the surface, and you have to kind of understand the process in the moment, alive in this experience, in this lifetime,
Mhm.
and not as a conceptual overlay. And that distinction is hard, but it's the conceptual overlays that leave you in that loop that you were experiencing.
Mhm.
Or if we're at least drawing the metaphor of your experience to the sort of karmic
Mhm.
cycles, it's thinking of yourself as um, subject to it rather than just a part of things.
Mhm.
Trying to be the kazoo player, following the symphony, and making sure you're playing the notes you're supposed to play, and running it all through the checker first before you do anything. Um,
Yeah, that makes sense as to maybe why I was suffering. Because, yeah, it's like I was thinking about it too much. I was trying to hold on to something. I was afraid to let go. Something like that makes
mm, mm,
sense with how I understand myself, to think that's why I was suffering.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes
Mhm.
sense.
I know of another guy in a different tradition who I won't name, although he talks about this openly, but I won't name for just I'll leave it be. But when he had his awakening type experiences, he says he shit his pants because he was so afraid. Um, which the you are experiencing the death, the passing away of the thing that you on a very visceral level
Mm.
consider to be yourself,
Yeah, that is
and
pretty crazy. And yeah,
it's
it would be
scary. Yeah.
scary.
Yeah. And I do think that there is an upwelling of unconscious emotional material, just like we were talking about with our friend on the train. And it's very unique to the person what comes up, but it's going to be something not your usual self. It's going to be a Jungian like coincidence of opposites coming together, I think.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.